Okay, I have one more thing to say on the King Arthur topic, on the is Adam Apollo King Arthur or not topic. And this will be a very short video. And everything I've already provided in the last video and the analysis on the webpage is enough to disprove his claims. However, sometimes it's helpful to know who's the true Arthur. If he's not it, who's the true Arthur? Who's holding the true blueprint, like the real one, the fully embodied one? Because sometimes it's helpful to know. It's helpful for our ego to acclimate, to orient itself to the various roles around us, like in any sort of situation, in jobs, right? It's helpful to know who's in what role so we know what our role is. So this is a very real world example that gives the audience, the public, and Adam the context and the orientation about how do these true Arthur blueprints show up. And what I said in the last video about thinking that we're going to be able to see that very soon, like it's happening, like the world is shifting and evolving in such a way where these archetypes are coming back and with some power and and for the purpose of reestablishing a more beautiful kingdom for all and restoring the true intent and integrity of roundtable leadership. And so this is something I'm revealing as my opinion, my knowing, that has not been stated by this other person, but I feel fine saying it out loud because it is the right, like, global orientation and context we need to have for an archetype like what we were just discussing. So this is my perception based on what has been unfolding in recent times and also just how I have perceived, different beings on the planet and what their roles are. And so Harry Sussex is the real King Arthur, y'all. Like, that man has found himself in a tough situation with family members betraying him, with this distorted, monarchy that he is tasked with saving. That's what's going to be happening. We're seeing with the Epstein files, we're seeing with the House of Windsor's complicity and lack of integrity issues that both Charles and will not be able to take the throne. And that leaves Harry. And that also puts Harry in a very extraordinary position to rise under very extraordinary conditions and to take a leadership role that returns this world and the land of Avalon to right order. So the battle that is being fought in this day and age is way bigger and way more profound than anything found in Adam's regression. And that needs to be known, that that's how a true Arthur blueprint is going to show up in this world. You're going to see someone rise into an actual throne who can actually do something about the conditions of the kingdom and the world, and who can restore right ordership and leadership on this planet. That's what an Arthur archetype does. They don't do what Adam does. And I think that's important context. I think that is important perspective when we zoom out and we think about real world implications of these archetypes. This is what we're talking about. And that's why I said we're going to see this soon. Like, we're going to get to witness, these sorts of archetypes showing back up in ways that help save humanity, in ways that help restore what has been lost in past times. And I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see this world be liberated and to recognize that the beings who have carried these past avatar roles carry a huge weight and a huge responsibility for this world. They are not the fun and games that Adam's describing, or the contrived emotionality about certain minor events. There's a very, very real difference. And so, Adam, you're going to see Harry Sussex become the true King Arthur and the true Arthur reborn on this planet. He is the true dragon reborn, not you.